Intelligence experts say cyber attacks in the U.S. remain a real threat. A bulletin from the National Terrorism Advisory System cautions that Iran's cyber program is capable of disruptive attacks against critical infrastructure within the U.S.
They could disrupt services, they could turn things off. If they wanted to, they could probably interfere with the gas pipeline.
Experts say concerns go well beyond gas pipelines. Power grids, water supplies, and telecom networks are enticing targets for Iranian hackers.
New at 11, training to safeguard against a tragedy. It's usually police officers going through life-saving scenarios.
Well, tonight in Tequesta, they were the ones coaching community members about how to escape an active shooter situation. WPTV News Channel 5's Todd Wilson joins us now live with more. Todd?
Yeah. Well, the training is all about common sense, recognizing a bad situation and getting yourself out of it.
So I just come in.
It's an active shooter response training class being taught by the Tequesta Police Department. Sitting in is school administrator Kathy Quinn.
I'm hoping to take back some much needed knowledge about what's going on in the world today, which we all know is not good at times.
If something just doesn't seem right, call it out.
The training is called ALICE. It's an acronym for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, Evacuate. It means alert others to the danger. When possible, barricade the room, then communicate the violent intruder's location and direction, create noise or movement to reduce the shooter's ability to shoot accurately, and counter isn't fighting. When safe, flee.
This isn't where we teach the public to fight back. This is for them to be able to escape safely.
Sergeant Emir Yildiz says tragically, it's a situation we've seen here in South Florida, like the 2018 Parkland shooting that killed 17 victims at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School.
And I really feel that I will benefit from something like this. So yeah, I have a big interest in it.
Well, the instructor made it very clear this evening, the sooner that someone recognizes that they're in a dangerous situation, that's when they can really move themselves from that and recognize and save someone else. Live in Tequesta, Todd Wilson, WPTV News Channel 5.
Thank you. Tonight, Puerto Rico continues to cope with the aftermath of the big earthquake, 6.4 on the Richter scale, that jolted the southwestern coast of the island. Power still being restored. Up to 500,000 people were without electricity today. The CEO of the Puerto Rican Hispanic Chamber of Commerce in Palm Beach County is home tonight. He describes the moments the earthquake struck as he was visiting family on the island.
We felt like the floor just moved, especially in my mom's house. It's like somebody just remove the floor from underneath your feet. And I thought the house was going to crumble.
President Trump has declared an emergency, and the Puerto Rican governor has activated the National Guard to cope with the quake's aftermath.
New heartbreaking video tonight showing the efforts to save a koala badly burned in the Australia wildfires. Those relentless wildfires are spreading. New South Wales has been hit the hardest. The death toll standing at 24 people tonight, and it's feared close to 1 billion animals across the country have also died. Loved ones and investigators are making a desperate plea after a deadly hit-and-run crash in West Palm Beach. The family of Wilnaud Duclos said that he was walking to get some food when he was hit by a car. Police say the driver never stopped to help him. The crash happened during the day, Monday afternoon, at South Congress Avenue and South Chillingworth Drive. Duclos died at the hospital. His cousin is now pleading for the driver to do the right thing and turn him or herself in.
The fact that you left him dead in that ground, to die. The Christian I am, I'm still gonna forgive you, but that hurt. How could you just leave a human being on the ground to suffer like that?
Police are still searching for any video of the crash, but right now they do not have a description of the vehicle.
Family, friends, and fellow firefighters will come together tomorrow to honor a Boca Raton fire captain who died from complications of leukemia. A funeral for Captain Michael Francis will be held at 10 a.m. at the Lynn University Theater. Francis joined Boca Raton Fire Rescue in 1997. A sense of relief for the city of Westlake. Tomorrow, a new fire station opens. Station 22 replaces the temporary station housed in a Winn-Dixie Plaza since 2002. The station also became part of a Contact 5 report about response times. Those concerns about response times, also staffing concerns. In September in 2018, Contact 5 found there were only 3 firefighters at Station 22. Days later, the number increased to 6, and the new station will now house 7 firefighters per shift.
Extensive damage tonight at a Boca Raton home. Crews attacked the flames as quickly as they could today at this house inside the Boca Woods Country Club. The fire started in the garage area. Firefighters were able to contain the smoke and flames. There were no injuries, and the cause remains under investigation.
Tonight, there's a push to make sure you are safe the next time something is delivered to your home. This after the brutal murder last year of Evie Udell, murdered inside her Boca Raton home last August. A delivery man accused of beating her with a mallet and setting her ablaze. Now, a new bill could require background checks for all delivery workers. The new proposal would allow deliveries before the background check as long as the employees are supervised.
One man on a mission to help a group of kids who need it, and he's hoping you can help too. Each week, a Jupiter High School teacher drives about 19 students to their on-the-job training, one of the primary components of the school's ESE program. While the driver currently drives a 22-year-old bus, it doesn't have reliable AC or a wheelchair lift. Although it is a Palm Beach County School District approved bus, which means it is monthly inspected, it is not required to have the same features.
I have some students who use walkers, so it's making sure there's someone at the bottom of the steps and the top of the steps to make sure they get in and out of the bus safely.
A local businessman is offering to match dollar for dollar any donation made to get a new 45-passenger bus. So far, they've raised about half of that. The goal is to raise another 50 grand in the next 30 days. In 60 seconds, one woman gets her confidence back, all thanks to a part of her body she never felt confident about. The unusual procedure that transformed the cancer survivor's life.
Changes to traffic signals aimed at making left turns safer, where these flashing yellow lights are going up.
Parents who lose their cool at sporting events and then take out their anger on the referee could find themselves in deep trouble. The state that's making sure spectators are good sports.
WPTV tomorrow morning. The one thing you should do if you actually want to keep that New Year's resolution to be losing weight.
And Chopper 5's the only local helicopter covering breaking news and traffic.
Storm Team 5's tracking a weekend warm-up.
Wake up with us on WPTV from 4:30 to 7 tomorrow morning.
This is News Channel 5 at 11. Thanks for making WPTV South Florida's most watched television station.
New at 11, a New York woman says a part of her body that she once felt insecure about helped her feel like herself again after breast cancer. Stacey Dunn had a double mastectomy after getting diagnosed with cancer last year. She ruled out getting breast implants, opting instead for tissue-based reconstruction. But the only part of her body where doctors could find enough tissue was part of her midsection.
The only area that we could find excess tissue on Stacey was in the love handle area, and I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but that's where we looked.
You know, go figure that the one area that I was a little self-conscious about, made me, saved me basically.
The surgery took 11 hours, but Stacey says 2 months later, she feels great.
U.S. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg says she is cancer-free. In an interview with CNN, Ginsburg says she no longer has any signs of cancer. She's now survived cancer 4 times. Late in 2018, the Associate Justice was treated for a growth in her lungs. Ginsburg also was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in August of last year. The 86-year-old is the oldest justice on the Supreme Court. New at 11, traffic changes coming to Boca Raton. City crews installing new flashing yellow arrows on traffic signals to make drivers, or to help drivers making left turns. The first signal in the program will be at the intersection of Northwest 2nd Avenue and Northwest 20th Street. The city says the upgraded signals can reduce left turn crashes by as much as 20%. New signals will be installed across Boca over several years. Flashing yellow arrows are also up in Boynton Beach at 8 signals between Gateway Boulevard and Gulf Road and 9 intersections in Martin County as well.
To an update now on revamping the old West Palm Beach Municipal Golf Course. At last night's City Commission meeting, it was revealed the developer of Topgolf is still looking to build a franchise on the land. More than a year ago, plans to move forward with a Topgolf were put on hold, but by commissioners. Another developer is proposing an entertainment facility, including a hotel. The city is still accepting proposals for this land. And new at 11, Port St. Lucie police need your help tracking down a pair of late-night burglars. Surveillance video from inside Joshua's auto repair shop could be the key to catching these men. They were caught on multiple cameras around 9 o'clock on New Year's Eve inside the repair shop. They're wearing ski masks, as you can see, and carried a safe right out of the business. They got away in an SUV.
He has been in office 1 year today, and his popularity is the envy of most U.S. governors. Florida Republican Governor Ron DeSantis scored an approval rating from April through December in the 60% range, that in a Mason-Dixon poll. Even 40% of the state's Democrats gave him a thumbs up. Analysts say DeSantis has bolstered his appeal with a focus on issues including the environment and raising teacher pay.
When you have a birthday, getting a few cards in the mail is usually a nice surprise. But for one grandma, the cards just keep coming and coming and coming. Catherine Salama says that it all started with a Facebook post from her granddaughter asking people to send cards, hoping she'd get 90 of them for her birthday on December 29th. Well, on that day, she had 183 cards delivered with a surprise visit from Palm Beach County Fire Rescue. Just thinking of the kindness from strangers fills her with emotion.
I can't find the right words to let you know how much. Are you going to make me cry? Yep, I'm going to have them for as long as I live, and every now and then I'm going to look at these cards all over again.
Wonderful, and happy birthday, Catherine. And as of Tuesday evening, she has 426 cards for her birthday.
Oh,
how wonderful is that?
That's beautiful.
Happy 90th.
Fantastic. Yeah, happy birthday. And such an easy thing to do, and it goes such a long way. Good for you. All right, we are looking at some nice birthday weather, although the wind has started to pick up, and our temperatures the next few days will be a little bit above normal from what we've seen lately. We are looking at, well, by the weekend, low 80s. Right now we're sitting in the low 70s. We hit 78 officially this afternoon, and that wind is really the issue the next 2 to 3 days, as it's going to stir up the ocean, and we're looking at rip current risks, small craft advisory. You'll also notice almost a 15-degree temperature difference between the lake and the coastline, and overnight lows will be a mix of 50s and 60s. So 5 to 8 degrees warmer than last night. You'll notice it in the morning, too, as you head out the door. You may still want a light jacket, but you certainly won't need it by the afternoon. It'll be partly sunny, but windy, so driving for the morning commute could be a little tricky along 95 and the Turnpike. We get up into the mid-70s, 75 to 76 in the early afternoon, but that wind sticks around all day long. In fact, it strengthens a little bit in the afternoon, and it sticks around for Friday, and there's the reason why. That blue H there, that high pressure system slowly pushes off the coastline on Friday, but it's close enough to us that the wind still stays up and drags in a few more clouds on Friday and Saturday, and the chance for a shower, although not looking at any kind of heavy rainfall. There is heavy rain on the map, though. You can see showers and storms through the panhandle, but this front is not expected to come our way. So our rain chances stay low, not completely zero, but there's a pretty good chance of more sunshine rather than wet weather. 75 tomorrow in Stewart. And windy, the weather word. It'll drag in a few clouds during the day, partly sunny on Thursday. Temperatures in the mid-70s. But notice what happens into Thursday night and Friday. More clouds and a little bump in our rain chances as we get in closer to the weekend. But the wind's the big factor, and that'll warm our temperatures up to 82 on Saturday and Sunday. And as far as our next cold front, it's not on the horizon, at least not for the next 7 to 10 days. Small craft advisory for boaters. East winds are 20 to 25, gusts to 30. And I wish I could tell you that it's going to improve on the weekend. Sunday it may come down a little bit, but not much. Watch out for rip currents. Head to a guarded beach. And we have a full moon on Friday night, so that means extra high tides too. We could see some minor beach erosion. 76, partly sunny tomorrow. Warm and windy from the east and the northeast, and 7-day forecast. It'll be partly sunny Friday and Saturday and Sunday too. And the wind's starting to let up a little bit by Sunday and into Monday.